really excited for our team, the program, to be able to beat a really good team like Purdue and the way we beat them. We played really good defense in the first half. They shoot threes, and actually I think they've made one more three than us in the league. I think they shoot the volume like we shoot them, and they make them, and they're better at it. And we had to try to do everything we could to take it away from us, like they try to take it away from them, like they try to take it away from us. And first half we did a great job of defending that. And then Maurice's 4 threes were a big difference maker. There's not a lot you can do. To pound the ball into the post is very difficult with Mo, with legs of Haas and Swanigan, because it compromises the areas you work on. So we just try to spread them out. If we don't make those threes, we're probably down here thinking we shot too many threes. But some days it's just you got to pick it and you got to do it, and hopefully it works well enough for you. So really good team with Purdue. I stand by. I think they can win the Big Ten tournament. I think they can make a long run in the NCAA. I think they get a lot of elements. And if they're like some of the good teams we've had, a loss this time of the year after they just won 5 in a row, right, isn't the worst thing in the world, because it brings you back to coming out of this thing and playing even better afterwards, because they got a heck of a team. Proud of our seniors. All 5 of them, except I wish Sean would have just went and laid it in. He wanted to be the good gentleman sportsman and not lay that one in. I think everybody, Matt would have, and his team would have forgiven him. But our seniors have done a great job all year long, all 4 years, and I'm proud they could go out in front of that crowd and get a big win like that. So still got work to do in everything we do. That was our 4th game in 10 days. That was our 7th game in February, and we came out of it all right. So now we have to, we got a little bit of time. Our kids having a day off really in 12 days. So they really need a day tomorrow to rest and go to Chicago and play a great Northwestern team.
Chris, you want to start us off?
Talk about how Mo has evolved on defense. Obviously, you gave what you gave me all.
Yeah, there's still moments on defense, but he understands it. And we got a lot of credit that goes to Sadi and Bill Diamond on that. They've done a great job. And he's committed to do whatever it takes to help us win. I've never seen, he's with the Novaks type of guys that want to win and do whatever it does to help us win. And so he's made big steps there, and that's tough. I mean, Haas is a big boy. Caleb is so skilled, so he did a great job.
And they still shot 49%.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how far you've come just in the last?
Yeah, I mean, the field goal percentage, in this one, I think what's really important is our defensive field goal percentage continues to be. The last 5 games, it was in the 20s. It was in the 20s again today. They had tough twos. They made some tough twos. The freshman Edwards is a heck of a player for them. But I think they made some of their last shots 5 or 6 in a row, got that percentage down. But we had in those percentages, if you shoot 52% or whatever we send, you can be the difference.
Right in front of John.
A couple things. You talk about resume building wins.
Yeah.
Can you talk about this in relation to that, with these guys coming in leading the big?
Well, the same formula is it's forever. You got to win, beat top 50 teams, top 25 or better, right? And then you got to win some games on the road. And we feel really bad about Virginia Tech, Maryland, and Ohio State. I mean, those were all games that we just weren't as sharp. They credit those teams, but we weren't as sharp as we needed to be when we needed to be that. And I think it was a valuable lesson for us. So but that's a good one. It's just another one. I don't want to pretend to ever be the committee or whatever. We just got to keep trying to win games the best we can. What is good is you got 9 wins in the league, right? And getting 9 wins in the league is puts you in the top of that league. And hopefully we can go get 1 or 2 more and put us really in the top of the league. So your buys, all those things in the league are different, or your opponent may be different.
The other thing is you had a stretch in the second half where you had a couple of starters out, and yet the guys on the court built the lead. How big was that?
That was when we went with DJ to play the center, right? And just because they were switching screens, and just to give us a little likeness what we had with Mo when he's in foul trouble. But that was big. Xavier hitting that 3 in the corner. That young man's in the Davidson Player Development Center like every day, right? Every day. He's just shooting and shooting and shooting. And for him to see that ball go in like that was big for us. But I think that we got enough rest during that time for Derek, for Muhammad, Zach, that really helped us. But that play off the bench of Xavier and Duncan in particular was really good.
In the right back with Kevin.
Coach, Derek's always been the type to kind of deflect the attention towards a team effort and stuff, but after 4 years, the injuries, the adversities, tonight and night he kind of deserves to selfishly enjoy.
Yeah, he was strong tonight in so many ways in running our team. The rebounds, 5 assists, no turnovers. I mean, he's really become the guard that I think he always wanted to be, and we always want him to be. And it's not that he's been bad in between. It's just that I don't think he's such a great unselfish player. It was always about the team. And I think he convinced himself that if it's really about the team, then I need to do more, right, for the team.
Right in the TV back with Justin.
Coach, good afternoon. How are you today?
Thanks.
Looking at how your team played defensively, is still high shooting percentage, but what is it about your team that you want to see? And it's not going to change, drastically, but to keep those numbers down moving forward when you get into, these tournament type style games that are more defensive.
Yeah. We just have to battle. I mean, we just have to find ways to stop people by hustle, flying around, right? We have some isolation problems sometimes. We found a way to help that a little bit, and we've been working on that in practice. We're not big and strong in the post, so that's been an issue. But we've made a conscious decision to defend the three-point line, and knowing that a tough two, right, is much better to give up than an open three, which we were giving up like crazy in our earlier struggles.
Right here on the left with Sean.
John, kind of keeping with the same thing Matt said, that he noticed a pretty good improvement defensively. And tonight, the defensive rotations in particular, running guys up the line, was that as good?
Yeah, Duncan in particular had one. I talked earlier with several of our guys, not just Duncan. There was this pause in rotation that was killing us. Where do I go? And we tried to really emphasize it in practice, but we tried to show them enough film. This is not a time to think. This is a time to react very quickly, to act very quickly. And there was one where we ran a guy off the line, and Duncan made the perfect play to blow it up. And his defense is getting better every day, and it really needs that to happen. So it's just a lot of hard work by them. Great job by Billy Donlin here to continue to stress this with our guys, and it's been meaning victories right now.
On your right with David.
John, with senior day, one of them marked it out. I know it hasn't gone just like you would have planned, but have you been proud of the way he's handled it?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely.
What kind of opportunities do you think?
No, I mean, he's had some great moments here at Michigan, and now he's got 4 years. Hopefully he's got a Big Ten championship ring. Hopefully he's got 3 out of 4 NCAA tournaments with him. He's played in every game, I believe, almost every game since he was a sophomore. So he's been a great representative of us. He's quiet. He's not as assertive maybe as probably he will be maybe later on in life, but he's a model student. He's done a great job in representing this university. So no, he's not going to be in the Hall of Fame someday, but he's going to be in the Hall of Fame as far as just having a guy that was a good teammate and working hard every day in practice.
In the back middle with Ace.
Coach, you guys ran a successful high screen with DJ Wilson handling the ball and Wagner setting the screen. Is that something we should expect to see more of?
Pick that up. But that was a late shot clock deal in the first half where we had 7 seconds on the shot clock, and we just drew that up. We had 7 seconds. We were looking for a corner 3 for Derek, and if it wasn't there, inbound DJ, and I had nothing else to draw up, so I said, Mo, set a screen and slip it, and maybe DJ will see over the top. But getting DJ play left to right would be really good for us because he does play well that way.
Right next to him is Quinn.
Yep.
With Mo, and I mean, you guys have had players who can go off and you kind of feed off of that. It just seems a little bit different, I think, when he starts making shots. It's just the kind of energy in the whole group. Yeah. Is that something that you see as well, or is that, is that real?
I mean, this young man came in here at 18 years old from Germany. He'd been to the States a couple times, and he is so loved by his teammates that when he does things well, I mean, he doesn't have a bad word to say about anybody. He's so caring for his teammates. He's got a high level of empathy for every one of them, and he works his tail off every day. So it's a lot of love on this team, and Mo's really promoted that.
Right in the middle with Brandon.
Hey, Coach. You were kind of saying this earlier, and Coach Painter also kind of touched on this, but looked like with Mo especially, you guys kind of had success starting on the outside and then going inside rather than posting up. Is that really when Mo is at his most efficient offensively, or when he's the
Yeah,
biggest threat?
he's learning that fine line between shooting a three and driving it. I can't wait to work with him more on selling a shot fake before he does. Sometimes just rips and goes. But he's almost like a forward or a guard in how he plays. But he had some really a really good post move inside. So he and DJ have to bottle this thing up, that they can shoot from the outside, but they're help teams win. They're going to play professionally if they have a post-up game. So they're not going to just be these 6'10" shooters. They're going to need to grow in that physical part of it. And so he's got a good mix then. If we can put that third part in, that he can shoot and he can drive and he can effectively post up and hold position, he can become very special.
We're going to close with Chris.
A lot of people think this one punched your ticket. How confident are you that this team has matured, that they realize that there's still a lot of work to be done?
I think they know, and I think that you just got to spend a film session with me to know that they haven't punched any ticket. There's a lot of work to do. You don't know what can happen down the stretch here with teams that are trying to get in there, and everybody's got a couple games to go, and everybody's got a tournament to go, and we have a great opportunity to build our resume more by going on the road and beat two good teams who haven't lost much at home. So we got to start with Northwestern, really good team. Chris has done a great job. End up with Tim Miles in Nebraska. It's going to be really hard to get those wins, but if we can get them, that certainly puts us in an even better position.